And the latest figure says that the scam centers in Southeast Asia, they make around $40 billion per annum.
Today, I had the pleasure to welcome Dr. Anil Kumar Maurya here in Le Laundry. Dr. Maurya is a visiting professor at our department today. He is from India, and we speak about cybercrime and IT security and cyber fraud from an Indian perspective. Enjoy it. Anil, thank you for coming here. We decided to speak about cybersecurity related and IT security related issues in India.
Mm-hmm.
Could you perhaps, as a starting point, give us an overview why this is of interest to you and what exactly you're working on in the domain?
Yeah. Ever since I started teaching, and first of all, thank you for having me here.
Thank you.
And why I have chosen this topic is of great importance in the sense that India, around 87% population of it is connected now to the internet, and the rapid digitalization is taking place. But at the same time, the cyber incidences, the scams and the frauds, they are also on the rise with the rapid digitalization. And it is on the rise, which can be seen from the facts and figures that in 2022, the government has received these cyber scam complaints, which was around 10 lakh 20,000 something.
Mm-hmm.
But immediately after that, in 2024, the total number of complaints has gone around 24 lakhs.
Mm-hmm.
So the methods of doing the cyber frauds, the modalities of it, the way they are actually taking the innocent people's money from their pockets is changing.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time the law couldn't keep pace with it, and a lot of innocent people have fallen victim for it. So this topic is especially close to my heart because a lot of innocent families, they have lost their money, and I think almost every citizen in India, if they have not fallen victim for it, then at least one or two attempts has taken place. The cyber fraud attempt has taken place with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the latest figure says that India has lost around 22,000 crores of rupees from the cyber frauds. So in that sense, this topic is of great importance to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how does such an average attack look like? So what would you see?
I mean, it happens in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because India has a unified payment interface, UPI system of making the payments during the trade and other commerce. So most of the cyber frauds, they are UPI based, but there are other means and methods of doing it. It is not just UPI based, it is crypto based, it is the phantom hacking, it is the pig butchering and instant loaning apps. And they are there. There has been online gambling and money issues. So I mean, before we discuss how does this takes place, I would like to tell your viewers the stages of cybercrime, the stages of financial cybercrime, how it takes place, how does it happen actually.
Yeah.
So there are certain stages to it. See, the first is the human recruitment. In older times, the cyber attackers or the scammers, they were operating individually. But operating individually has its own limitations, and therefore before 2017 we could see that the incidences of cybercrime were comparatively very low. Because the cyber scammers were operating individually, or at best they were 3, 4, 5, 10 people working together. But because this whole infrastructure involves lot of people with lot of calibers and competence to take place, that is why we now see a growing change in the way the cyber scammers operate. So the first thing which starts with the cyber scam is that now the cyber scammers, do the uh, they do the human recruitment.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are recruited, that is one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they develop the technical infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
uh, they they actually get laptops and mobiles and internet connections and everything,
Mm-hmm.
technical infrastructure. And then the third phase is to gather the raw data of potential victims, which we call the target identification, whom they are going to make the call. And once they get a raw data of the potential victims, then they do the profiling part of it, that who can be the potential victims. And this data is actually, they don't do the random calls, they categorize data into several factors, such as the age, the income factor, then the emotional vulnerability, then investment curiosity, how much the person is interested in making the investments, and then they also see the loneliness. So there are a lot of factors on which the raw data is filtered, is categorized into several things. And then after the target identification, this is when they do the social engineering. They contact the potential victim, tries to be friendly with them, tries to win their trust, convince them to either do something, or by convincing them or by threatening them in one way or other, they try to extract the money from them. And once they extract money, so the next target is to like launder that money. Then they launder that money. There are different methods for that, and after laundering that money, they simply disappear. So these are some of the stages of cybercrime which takes place. Now, in the earlier times, because there were only a handful of people were operating individually, or 2 or 3 persons, so it was not possible for them to do everything. Suppose a person who is operating individually may have the raw data of potential victims, but he may not have the technical infrastructure. Even if he manages to get the technical infrastructure, he may not have the mule accounts in which money is going to be taken, because not any scammer will not take the money in his own account, because otherwise he will get caught. So they arrange some fake bank accounts or mule accounts in which the money is taken, and then money is a cash is taken out of it, and then it is invested in the legal accounts. So he may not arrange the mule accounts. Even if he manages to get the mule accounts, where how does he going to launder the money? Because in certain cybercrime senses, the huge amount of money is involved. So of late, what we see is that there is this trend of SaaS, cyber scam as a service, scamming as a service, where a lot of middlemen came. And what these middlemen are doing is that they are providing every technical manpower support to the scammers. So as a matter of fact, I can tell you that when earlier it was for a scammer to scam people, it needed lot of technical expertise. But nowadays, anybody who is barely literate can do cyber scamming, because he is being provided with a lot of support services by the middlemen. And these middlemen provide the lead generations, they provide you the raw data, then they also provide the mule account numbers, they also provide the laundering services, how the money will be laundered, how the layering will be done, how it will be mixed into different accounts. And they also provide execution places, from which place you can do. Sometimes it is the call center, sometimes some other places. So they provide you raw data, they provide you place, they provide you even scam tools with which mass phishing emails can be sent, voice cloning can be done, and with AI they can also provide you a service wherein the scammer can target a lot of people whose linguistic with whom he's not connected in terms of language. Earlier what was happening was that in India, so one single person cannot speak all the dialects. So consider from the perspective of cyber scammer, they if they try to scam people, they could barely reach only a certain segment of the society because of the linguistic barriers. But now, because the middlemen are providing them with the real time translation services, okay, with the help of AI and deepfakes and voice cloning services. So what they are doing is that they are now attempting to reach even those people whose dialect they don't understand, and these real time translation services are helping them quite a lot. In so the geographical outreach of the cyber scammers has gone high. So these are the challenges and these are the things that we are facing at the moment.
And what is your interest in this? Is it mainly about the law, so about what needs to be changed in the legal system in order to address this problem more appropriately, or is it more about the facts, so how the crime is developing as a whole and for what reasons?
There are two aspects of it. One is the cyber scam which is happening within India, right? So if it is happening within India, India has developed quite a system, and now they are able to apprehend people, or they can also freeze the amount in real time. There are certain systems which has been developed. I'll come to that later on. So as far as cyber scams happening inside India, that is, not of a problem. That can be addressed in 1 or 2 years. But the actual problem which is happening and of which India is alone is not a victim. I think Europe and a lot of other Western nations, they are victim too of this. The cross-border cyber scams which are happening, and mainly which is happening in Southeast Asia, which is happening from the border areas of Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia and Thailand. In these areas has around 60% of the world cyber scams are now being operated from these areas. And that is a reason because these areas have a lot of potentials, in the sense that Myanmar is into a civil war, and the military government in Myanmar, it doesn't control the border areas, and the border areas are in the control of the ethnic minorities. And the ethnic minorities, they have given a free hand to cyber scammers. You can see a lot of videos even available on YouTube, of which I will give a link, that there is Mekong River, and around this Mekong River there is Golden Triangle area, one in Laos, there is one KK Park in Myanmar, and there is Sukhon Ville in area in Cambodia, where the cyber scammers, who are in the numbers of around 150 to 200,000. 150 to 200,000 people I'm talking about. It's a huge number. And these people are have been recruited globally on the pretext of giving them fake job letters. So the modus operandi of these scammers are that they post fake job advertisements on social media portals and other places, and with these fake job letters, they actually invite people from across the globe to come either to Myanmar or Thailand or Cambodia. And once people reach there, they kidnap them and take them to the border areas. And because the border areas are not in the control of one particular government, when we talk about Myanmar, it's not in the control of the military, so you can't pressurize them. And same is so I call it the fragmented sovereignty in terms of Myanmar. And when we talk about the scam centers in Laos. So the Laos has ceded its territory to certain influential people, which came to be known as Golden Triangle Special Economic Zones. So in the name of industrial and science park in those SAYS areas, they have opened scam centers in the hotels, in spas, in casinos. Everywhere it is thriving. In Cambodia too, but in Cambodia, lot of scam centers they have the political patronage, because a lot of Indians they were actually got released after the diplomatic pressure by India. So these scams are happening from Southeast Asia because there is absolutely no pressure on them from the side of government, and people are lured through fake job letters, and once they reach there, they are abused psychologically and mentally and even physically. Either they are assaulted or they are isolated, and they are forced for the forced criminality principle has also arose. So they are given the task and given a target to and a list. So everybody is getting a cut there. The ethnic minorities, which is like guarding the places, they also get a cut. The scam center, which is happening in heavily armed compounds, they are also getting a cut. Plus it has also become a source for the local governments to ensure the enough forex through these systems. So when I look at the cross-border cyber scams which are happening from Southeast Asia, that really becomes a matter of concern for India, and I think that becomes a matter of concern for Europe too, because a lot of United Nations itself has highlighted this issue, and now the Interpol is also trying to develop the cyber capacity and cyber investigation models in these nations. Because once the Indian money leaves the see, as far as the scammer or the money remains inside India, Indian government can do everything. It can arrest the person, it can prosecute the person, it can freeze the amount. But once the money travels abroad, it goes into the foreign account. You cannot freeze a foreign bank account. You cannot arrest a foreign national which is sitting in a foreign country. And you cannot impose your own laws in foreign jurisdictions. So what the Indian government does is that it raises this issue through Interpol, but because Interpol has its own limitations, it can merely request cooperation from the country concerned, and the country concerned, in case of Myanmar, it always say that they do not control those areas which are in the hands of now the rebellions. So the response of international community is also limited. That is why these cyber scams are thriving there. And the latest figure says that the scam centers in Southeast Asia, they make around $40 billion per annum. That's a huge sum of money.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and how does the Indian system respond then, apart from asking Interpol for help?
There are various methods. One is the MLAT, Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty, but that's I think pure bureaucratic and lethargic thing, I would say. The Indian police through Central Bureau of Investigation prepares a dossier, and they prepare the call log, and they also get other electronic evidences in which the amount was transferred. So the call details and the network details and the crypto details in which the account was transferred, and they share this data with the police. There are two systems. One, either there should be a police-to-police cooperation, which India has with a lot of nations like Australia, United Kingdom, US, and some other countries in European nations. But in case of Cambodia, Laos and Myanmar, India does
Mm.
not have police-to-police cooperation.
Mm.
So it comes to the mutual legal assistance treaty cooperation,
Mm.
in which the Indian Ministry of External Affairs makes a request to the Ministry of External Affairs of that country,
Mm.
and the MEA of that country then transfers the details to the local police.
Mm.
But look, in Southeast Asia, the countries that we are talking about, there have been incidences in which it has came to the knowledge that even the government machinery itself is involved
Mm.
in raising these cyber scam centers.
Mm.
So sometimes they accept your diplomatic pressure, they do the cooperation, and sometimes they simply don't.
Mm. Mm.
In case of Cambodia, sometimes they do.
Mm.
In case of Myanmar, they don't do. And in case of Laos, it's simply very difficult.
Mm.
Plus, it's not only a matter of cyber scam only, but because all these things are being managed by transnational organized crimes.
Mm.
Like I told you, that now the cyber scams are not being done by individual members or a couple of members, because it involves a lot of expertise in a lot of different things
Mm.
and different stages. So organized crime is now happening.
Mm.
There are organized gangs which are involved in it. So this is how they are managing everything here.
Mm. Mm. And is there, another answer that could be given is awareness raising when it comes to potential victims. Are
Mhm.
there any initiatives in that domain?
Yeah, awareness is happening. Awareness is, I think, the most effective way of having the things. But you see, in our side of the world, we have around 1.5 billion people, and 87% people have now connectivity to the internet. So we, in a sense, we say that literacy is growing, but cyber literacy is still a distant dream.
Mhm.
So even the people who are highly literate and belonging to the older generations, they do not simply understand how the technology works.
Mhm.
So there is technological vulnerability which
Mhm.
remains there, and emotional vulnerability. So people in the internet and our social media, they remain vulnerable to be exploited of many things. So in that perspective, yes, awareness programs are being run by Indian government, by different bodies, and it is taking place regularly. But still, people unconsciously sometimes they share
Mhm.
their OTP with fraudsters, or sometimes they share their personal details with fraudsters, because the method and sophistication is so high
Mhm.
sometimes that the other person simply do not get any doubt that he is being scammed.
Mhm. Mhm.
If you like, I can tell you one or two examples. How
ahead.
does it take place?
Please, go ahead.
So in India, we have this arranged marriage setup.
Mhm.
Arranged marriage setup. Yeah. So where the family would buy for the groom or the bride for the child. Now there have been a few of, these incidents happened before my eyes. It happened with one of my friends, so I can tell you one or two examples to throw more light on this issue. So there are some portals, some websites which actually arrange two parties, one who is looking for a bride and another one who is looking for a groom. So once you fill your data, your age, where you live and what you do, everything, so then it will show you based on your caste, based on your region, based on your income level, based on your age, it will show you the similar profiles of brides. Right. So what scammers do is that they prepare a fake bride profiles, and they get everything, every of your detail, and then the scammers will contact you that we have a bride for you, it's a good match, and because they have your data, where you belong, what you do, what is your income, everything. So they'll find a picture of some beautiful girl, download it from internet sources, and they'll contact you, but they won't release every detail of the bride. They will simply ask you to transfer some money. It is then only they will provide you the bride side details, and once you transfer money, they are completely out. You can't trace them. And there are a lot of other things. One of the public bureaucrat who was working in the government department, he actually got one video call on the WhatsApp, and immediately after picking up the call, other side there was a lady completely naked, and before he could understand anything and cut the call, 5 or 6 seconds, it took him like 5 or 6 seconds to cut the call. But in the meantime, his face was captured, and the other side had the screen recording on. So after cutting the call, he got a video that we have your video of doing the pornographic chat, and you have to transfer this much of amount, which we call sextortion. You transfer this much of amount, otherwise we are going to make it public. And a lot of other methods of doing it. Popularly, we have categorized it into 4 categories. One is the pig butchering, which is like a romance scam, wherein they will contact potential victims and try to be friendly with them. Especially a girl will contact them and will talk nicely, will talk friendly, and once she wins the confidence and trust of that person, they'll start disclosing everything. Then she will convince him to invest money in some programs. This is quite common: romance scam, investment scam, crypto scam. Collectively we call it pig butchering. Another one is the phantom hacking. And it is happening at a larger scale in India, that the cyber scammers, they impersonate that they are calling from police authorities, they are calling from bank official, and they will tell you that your card is going to be blocked, your credential has been used for committing a crime. So they will either try to convince you, try to frighten you, try to threaten you, that they are going to take some action against you. So sometimes they will wear the police officials dress and make you a video call and tell you that your credentials have been used for committing a crime, you have to come to the police station, otherwise we will arrest you. So people get frightened and they share money with them. So digital arrest is quite happening at a wide scale in India. So that is the phantom hacking. And third is the instant money loaning apps, and I think many Chinese criminals have been behind it. In instant loaning app, what they are doing is that they will simply send you a link where they will tell you that you are eligible for instant loan of 1,000 2,000 rupees once. But to get the instant loan, you have to install their software, and once you install their software, they will make it mandatory to give access to your gallery and your contact. Once you install their software and give them access to your phone's gallery and contacts, they will give you 1,000 2,000 3,000 rupees. But immediately after that, they will copy every picture of your phone and will copy all the phone address of your phone, and now they defake every image. They will show those pictures into convert it into nude with the help of artificial intelligence, and they start threatening the individuals. You share the amount, otherwise we will share these deepfake images with all your contacts. And in many cases it has resulted into, in 2024 I think around 70 to 80% of people have committed suicide because of it. So the instant money loan apps are quite prevalent, and there had been this practice of online gambling and online betting. This was also quite common, but very recently the government of India has passed a law wherein they have prohibited online gaming, which involved online betting. So the government is trying to keep pace with cyber criminals, but and lot of Chinese apps, they have also been prohibited from the Google Play Store and Android Play Store. So the government is trying to keep pace, but I think most of our reactions are happening only after the event takes place. We are not proactive, we are reactive in a broader sense.
Which brings me back to the question, which is what needs to be done in order to fight the problem. Is it to change the law, or is it to what is India doing, and what would you suggest to do?
Yeah, so India, because the cyber complaints were it was increasing year by year, so it has developed a model. First, one centralized system of reporting was developed, 1930. So one reporting portal was developed in which if any cyber complaint, any cyber scam takes place, you can simply report it to the authorities. And this online reporting portal is supported by two different portals in the background. The one portal helps the government in freezing the amount in real time. Suppose a person has lost their money in the cyber scam, and if within 1 or 2 hours he approaches the reporting portal, the reporting portal takes every data and gets the detail of it and automatically transfers that data to another portal which is supported with banking channels and financial institution channels, and it freezes the amount in real time. Because see how the scam is taking place, that the cyber scammers immediately after getting the money in some mule accounts, they try to either take the cash out, and that will take time because there is an upper limit on the cash dispersal every time. So they will take at least 3-4 hours to completely dispose of that money. But if within that time anybody reports to the police authorities, then the government on the back channel, it shares the details with banking channels and every other things, and the amount gets freezed automatically. The amount will be freezed, but it is necessary that reporting should be done within 3 to 4 hours. That is called the golden period. And then another backend channel has been developed by India is the Pratibimb, which is the Hindi version of mirror, wherein the Pratibimb portal, it develops a connection. It maps the whole system, which IMEI number was used, which mobile number was used, which UPI account was used, which banking account number was used, how many times it was used, which location was used. So it maps, and it actually visualizes everything, makes a mapping, and tells that how many middlemen are involved, who is the ultimate beneficiary of the whole cyber scam. So it tries to make a blueprint of the whole cyber scam operation, and it actually helps the investigation. And when it is done, every report is sent to the local police authorities to do the necessary filing work. So this is happening, and at the same time India has adopted multi-pronged approach. They have launched few other steps, like the Indian government has asked the telecom authority to come up with the high level of KYC norms, know your customer norms, because these scammers, they ultimately try to connect people with some mobile numbers or some contact numbers. In India, the KYC norms was less visible in the earlier times. So anybody who could get the photocopy of another person's identity card, let's say if anybody gets a copy of my identity card, he could have got as many as SIM cards as he can. So there was no upper limit. Now the government has introduced the live photo coverage for issuance of SIM. They have come up with some good techniques wherein they are trying to break the communication network. And at the same time, the government is launching the banking channels to freeze data in real time, and they are also trying to study the behavioral patterns, how many clicks were done, how the unusual activity in some accounts, which accounts are mostly being used. So all I would say is that internally the government is doing a lot, but they need to do it at a greater pace, because the cyber scammers, they come up with the different methods and technologies to do it. Now they are using AI models, as I told you, for real time language translation and everything. So the government is coming up with but the pace is quite low.
Yeah. In Europe, I think everybody hearing this would be rather concerned about the privacy implications such a system of surveillance has. Is there a similar debate in India happening? And if so, what's the outcome?
Anybody who would be following Indian news or the tech news, they would know that only 2 or 3 days back, the Indian government has asked, in fact issued a notification wherein it has made it mandatory for all the mobile phone manufacturers to pre-install one Sanchar Sathi application. This application was developed by the ministry, and in this application what they are doing is that with this application you can actually report the stolen mobiles. So if any person steals a mobile, he cannot and with the help of this app you can actually use the data, you can track it, and he cannot steal any of your information. So with Sanchar Sathi app, the government data says that in previous 2 to 3 years they have been able to track around 10 lakhs of mobile devices. So they have made it mandatory for the mobile making companies and the intermediaries to pre-install them. But there had been huge protest against it. Apple refused, Samsung also refused. They said it's completely against the privacy parameters, and who knows that because the whole structure of Sanchar Sathi app is it has not been audited publicly. So there is a widespread criticism of the government move. At the moment, government has taken back the notification and made it optional, not mandatory. But still they are requesting people to install those apps to be safe from mobile theft cases and losing the personal data cases. But the problem in India has been multifold. One is that the KYC norms, these cyber scammers, they take the help of a few things. One is that they ultimately contact people with some mobile phones. So the earlier, because of no KYC, these scammers had lot of mobile connections, lot of SIM connections in the name of innocent people. And now that is being done away with. And India also did not have any cyber law which protected the data. So data specific privacy was like very much negligible. Immediately after the GDPR, when European Union has asked the Indian government to come up with a data protection law, or otherwise they would not allow the Indian companies to take the European government data, because a lot of European companies for their tech assistance, they give subcontract to the Indian companies. and that way the European data, it travels to India. But in Europe, the data was completely protected because of the GDPR.
Yeah.
But when European companies were sharing their customers' database with the Indian companies, in the Indian jurisdiction, that data was not that much protected.
Yes.
So the European Union, in fact, asked in a tough language to the Indian government, okay, either you come up with a strong data protection law, or we are not going to do the business with you.
Yeah.
So the Indian government came with a law, but that law was passed only in 2023.
Yeah.
The substantive law was passed in 2023, which made it mandatory for the companies not to share their customers' data with third-party individuals. But before that, every company in India, it was very easy to take the customers' data from these companies because of the absence of any law. So the raw data was always available to the scammers so easily. Once you choke that point, if the data is not available, my mobile number, my personal email, and my other details, if it is not available to the scammer, how do you contact me? And this can be secured only after we have a law. So in 2023, we made a law, but the necessary rules were still not finalized, which was finalized just last month. So now the law is complete. Substantive law was made in 2023, and the procedural aspect of it was made in 2025.
Okay,
So-
and that's somehow an example where data protection helps in computer security, and it goes into the
Exactly.
same direction, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
because if you protect the data,
yeah,
and the personal data does not get into the hands of cyber scammers, whom would they contact?
yeah,
That's one thing. So either you choke the data, the raw data, or you choke the communication system, or you choke the financial system.
Okay, one question, perhaps closing slowly the matter. One question is, as you said at the beginning, the problem is also coming to Europe, and more of those scams appear here and in Europe. What would be actions to be taken for Europe that you would advise us to take? What is there anything Europe should do or should have done, will need to do?
I think the perspective in which I have said this is because the cyber scam which is emanating around, I already explained it, that 50 to 60% of world's whole cyber scam, they are being done from the Southeast Asia,
Yeah,
which is the border towns of Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia and Thailand. So they have recruited people from Europe too, on the pretext of giving them high paying jobs. So these people are forced to contact people here. So one peculiar thing is the awareness.
yeah,
See, I'm saying this because these scam centers are situated in a place where there is absolutely no government at all. So if you would even try to push or clutch these cyber scammers, you can't simply do that. Because these territories are in the hands of rebellions. They are taking money to provide security to cyber scammers. So I mean, they are operating without any pressure.
yeah.
And even if one country will start putting the pressure, and they will simply cross into the other state, because they are operating exactly from the border towns.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Europe, I think majority of the Europe is largely safe as compared to other countries because of the GDPR, because they simply cannot get the data. And other thing is, I would say that that do not fall for the online investment types, or where do not fall for anything which actually tells you that you would earn money so easily. there is nothing in the world which comes easy and free, especially money. So one has to work really hard for it, and it is the human nature that people want freebies. But in order to get freebies, or in order to become rich overnight, people lose what they have in their hand. So do not believe everything, especially when it is coming from non-confirmed sources. Don't believe anything which is coming on the social media, especially the job things, or if anybody is telling you that you are going to have lot of good returns in crypto investment or stock trading, or good high paying jobs. Be aware of that. That is the awareness part of it. And I think another aspect would be the telecom companies. Telecom companies, because of the prevalence of GDPR, they itself do not share much of the data. And third, I would say the people to be aware of not making much of their private informations public into the public domain. So keep it minimal. The limited number of public available information will actually choke the scammers' effort to try and contact them.
Thank you very much, Anil. It was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicholas.
Thank you.